Welcome you all for the background and summary of the novel The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. John Steinbeck. Born on February 27, 1902, John Steinbeck was an American author and the 1962 Nobel Prize winner in literature. He has been called a giant of American letters and his works are considered classics of Western literature. His works are often dealt with social and economic issues, and his novels can also be classified as social novels dealing with the economic problems of rural labor. In the sense, his books tended to focus on the downtrodden and migrant agricultural laborers. He had authored 33 books, including 16 novels, 6 non-fiction books, and 2 collections of short stories. Notable works of Steinbeck. The first one is Tortilla Flat. Published in 1935 and set in California, the novel was the author's first clear critical and commercial success. Second comes the Dust Bowl trilogy, includes Indubious Battle published in 1936, Of Mice and Men published in 1937, and the Pulitzer Prize winning novel The Grapes of Wrath published in 1939. These 3 books begin Steinbeck's notable California series. All 3 books are based on the Great Depression and focus on the migratory and immigrant influences as well as the real life of the working class. Among his later works should be mentioned East of Eden, published in 1952, The Winter of Our Discontent, published in 1961, and Travels with Charlie, published in 1962. Travels with Charlie is a travelogue in which Steinbeck wrote about his impressions during a 3-month tour in a truck that led him through 40 American states. About the novel The Grapes of Wrath. The novel The Grapes of Wrath is referred as Great American Novel, and the novel was cited prominently when Steinbeck was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1962. The novel had won not only Pulitzer Prize but also National Book Award in the year 1939. I hope all of you know about the Pulitzer Prize. Pulitzer Prize is an award given annually for distinguished fiction by an American author, preferably about American life. Thus, the prize is given only for American writers. This book, The Grapes of Wrath, was an immediate critical and commercial smash. It sold over 400,000 copies in its first year of publication, with the New York Times calling it a magnificent novel of America. The book's impact continues even today and has sold roughly 14 million copies. The novel was also banned and burnt for its occasional obscene language and its general themes. It is to be noted, Steinbeck received regular threats following the book's publication and took to carrying a gun in public. Historical background to the novel The Grapes of Wrath. The Dust Bowl is the historical context for the classic historical novel The Grapes of Wrath. The novel describes the sufferings of an American family seeking to escape the Dust Bowl and the hardships of the Great Depression. You might now wonder, what is the Dust Bowl? What happened during the Great Depression in America? Dust Bowl was a period of severe dust storms that greatly damaged the agriculture of the American prairies during the 1930s. The high winds that occur on the plains picked up the topsoil and created the massive dust storms. This Dust Bowl caused severe drought, poverty-stricken families, and a failure to apply dry land farming methods. The next historical background is the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a severe worldwide economic depression that took place mostly during the 1930s, beginning in the United States. It was the longest, deepest, and most widespread depression of the 20th century. The novel The Grapes of Wrath was written on this subject and has sought to evaluate an era that caused both financial and emotional trauma. Thus, The Grapes of Wrath remains not only a popular novel but also a teaching tool for educating readers of all ages about the challenges faced by American families during the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. The setting of the novel The Grapes of Wrath. The setting of the novel was late 1930s of the Great Depression in Wakalakoma and California. Where is Wakalakoma? Wakalakoma is a state in the south central region of the United States, bordered by the state of Texas on the south. Its residents are commonly called as Wakis. Poverty has been a part of Wakalakoma's landscape since before statehood. Early settlers faced enormous odds, drought, food insecurity, and non-existence of infrastructure. California, it is a famous western US state. California was seen as a lucky place, a land of opportunity and good fortune. It was perceived as a place of new beginnings and good luck, where great wealth will be rewarded for hard work. Thus, the novel follows the fictional journey of the Georges, a family of sharecroppers who were forced to migrate west during the Dust Bowl from Wakalakoma to California. Let's move on to the characters. The first one is Tom Choate, the protagonist of the novel and the second son of George's family, named after his father. Grandpa Choate. His full name is given as William James Choate. He is forced to leave with his family for California, but he dies during the first evening on the road. Grandma Choate. Grandpa's religious wife, but loses her will to live after his death. She dies while the family is crossing the Mojave Desert. Pa Choate. He is 50 years old and is also named Tom. He is a hard-working sharecropper and family man who becomes a broken man upon losing his livelihood. Ma Choate. Her name is never mentioned in the novel. She is practical, warm-spirited, and tries to hold the family together. Uncle John. He is Pa Choate's older brother. He feels guilty about the death of his young wife and is prone to alcohol and prostitutes. Pa Choate and Ma Choate have 4 sons and 2 daughters. The first one is Noah Choate. He is the eldest son and the first to leave the family for California, planning to live off fishing on the Colorado River. The second one is Tom Choate, the protagonist I already introduced. Alec Choate, or Alec, is the third youngest 16-year-old boy who cares mainly for cars and girls. Winfield Choate, he is the youngest of Choates and he is aged just 10. Pa and Ma also had 2 daughters. The first one is Rose of Sharon. She is a childish, dreamy teenage girl aged 18 who develops into a mature woman. She was pregnant at the beginning of the novel and eventually delivers a stillborn baby or a dead baby, perhaps due to malnutrition. Ruthie Choate. She is young as 12 years old and is shown to be reckless and childish. Next character is Connie Rivers. He is Rose of Sharon's husband. He abandons his wife and the Choates family shortly after they arrive in California. Malley Graves. He is the neighbor of the Choates. He is invited to come along to California with them, but he refuses. The family leaves 2 of their dogs with him. It is to be noted that the third dog they take to California is killed by a car accident during their travel. The brief summary of The Grapes of Wrath. Tom Choate, the protagonist of the novel, released from an Wakalakoma state prison after serving 4 years. Why did he go to jail? Tom went to jail for a manslaughter conviction. He makes his way back to his family's farm in Wakalakoma. There, he meets Jim Casey, a former preacher. Jim and Tom accompany to the home of Tom only to find the house is deserted. Malley Graves, an old neighbor, tells the men that everyone has been tracted. Tracted? Yes, it means moving to another place with the help of a vehicle mainly used in farms. It is informed that all his family members had been headed to California to look for work. Malay also assures them to find the George's clone. The next day, Tom finds Ma and Pa George packing up the family's few possessions. They have started a trip to California after seeing an advertisement about fruit picking jobs in California. A long and arduous truck, in the sense heavy and burdensome truck, is used to travel to California. It is to be noted, the novel takes place during the time of the Great Depression, when jobs were very scarce, so it was really very hard to find one. It seems the entire country is in the flight to the promised land of California. Grandpa George, a feisty, spirited old man, complains bitterly that he does not want to leave his land. Grandpa George dies on the road shortly after the family's departure. The first day in California proves tragic for George. Do you know why? As the Georges travel near California, they hear rumors about the low status of job market. They also heard from a migrant that 20,000 people show up for every 800 jobs and many children are starving to death. After hearing all these news, the Georges were confused and Grandma George too dies. The remaining family members move from one squalid camps, that is dirty and filthy camps, to the next. The camps are overcrowded and full of starving migrants who are often nasty to each other. The newcomers are called Wakis and they try desperately to hold their family together. Noah, the oldest of the George children, abandons the family like Connie. Who is Connie? He is the young dreamer who had been married to Tom's pregnant sister Rose of Sharon. Work is almost impossible that a family's full day's work cannot buy a decent meal. The large landowners do everything in their power to keep the migrants poor and dependent. It is while staying in a decaying camp of Hooverville, Tom, our protagonist, and several men get into a heated argument with the deputy sheriff. Sheriff is just like judge, and they had a heated argument over whether workers should organize into a union. Hooverville? Yes. What happened to Hooverville? Why is the camp called Hooverville? That is very important to understand the novel. Let's see. Hooverville was a shanty town built during the Great Depression by the homeless in the United States. They were named after Herbert Hoover, who was the President of the United States during the onset of the Depression and was widely blamed for it. When the government failed to provide relief, President Hoover was blamed for the intolerable economic and social conditions. The shanty towns on the outskirts of the major cities were called as Hoovervilles. The plot then moves on. Jim Casey knocked the sheriff unconscious and was arrested. The police officers arrive and announce their intention to burn the Hoovervilles to the ground. The George family soon finds many friends and a bit of work. However, one day, while working at a pipe laying job, Tom learns that the police are planning to stage a riot in the camp, which will shut down many facilities. The Georges cannot survive without steady work and they have to move on again. Soon they find fruit picking employment of decent wage, only to learn that they had been hired to break a worker strike. Tom then kills a police officer who has killed Jim Casey. The policeman hunts Jim Casey, who had been released from jail, and killed Jim Casey. So Tom killed the policeman. Tom then goes into hiding, and Ma George finds Tom and sends him away for safety. Tom determines to fulfill Jim's task of organizing the migrant workers. The family moves into a boxcar on a cotton farm. The end of the cotton season means the end of the work. It was understood that there were no jobs to be had for 3 months. Rains set in and flood the land. You know what happened next? Rose of Sharon gives birth to a stillborn child. Why did she give birth to a dead child? because of malnutrition. People were starving to death during the Great Depression. As a result, no food and proper diet. Lack of nutrients affects the pregnant woman and she gives birth to a dead baby. There is flood everywhere due to heavy rain. Ma is desperate to get her family to safety from the floods, and she leads her family to a dry barn. Dry barn in the sense a shed for storing places. Here in the shed, they find a young boy kneeling over his father who is slowly starving to death. The man has not eaten for days, giving all the food he had to his son, and now he is dying of hunger. The story ends with a pathetic note. You know how? Ma, realizing that the Rose of Sharon is now producing milk, she sends others outside so that her daughter can nurse the dying man. What does the title The Grapes of Wrath mean? As we all know now, the novel is about a family that moves from Oklahoma, which was the Dust Bowl area of the United States that was suffering from drought and the Great Depression, to California in search of work. The phrase grapes of wrath is usually used to refer a type of anger that hangs around and stays and gets stronger. It can be like how a wine, if it ferments more, it is more potent. The phrase grapes of wrath does not appear almost until the end of the 465 page of the novel. In the end, we can find the following lines. In the souls of the people, the grapes of wrath are filling and growing heavy for the vintage. As simple as such, what does it mean? The oppressed Wakis are ripening in their understanding of their oppression. The fruit of their anger is ready to be harvested. You can push the downtrodden so far, but eventually there will be a price to pay. In response to any oppression, rightness and justice will prevail one day. Thank you.